Hey guys, it's Zach here, and today for the video I'll be showing you guys how to buff your paint. This will be the basics to doing it, so I'll be doing a two-stage process for this. This is what we do for most of our vehicles here that we put in our car lot. I vary it if I do my own car or some of my clients' cars. When detailing for them, I'll sometimes put in a little more work to make it give it that extra shine. But I'll show you guys what you'll need here quick. You don't need these exact products, but this is what I'll be using here. And this is going to be the first video in my series of detailing since we have the new employee here. So this will be part of his training. So what we're going to be using to start is a 10 cut NIVIRO compound. We just have it in one of these little bottles here. And then after we do that, we're going to use a 4 cut. This is going to be a finishing polish, one of the lightest grits you can use. It's going to bring out the shine more. When you're using the 10 cut on especially a black color, you're going to notice that the color of the paint actually looks like it's fading a little. That's just a little of the compound not coming off. So when you're using the finishing compound, that's going to not only get the rest of the lighter scratches out, but it'll also rejuvenate the color of the paint. What you're also going to want is some sort of lubricant for your pad. What I use is a Chemical Guys pad conditioner. You can just use water as well. And then also what we use here for a buffer, we use the Torque 22D random orbital polisher. Usually set it up to all the way. So to do that, you're just going to turn this on and then use your plus minus buttons. We set it up to 40 usually. You can vary that. I usually do just on 15 when you're putting wax on. And then for a pad, you can use a couple different ones, but for this video I'll just be using the green pad. This is a little softer, and we'll be using this for both compounds. So I'll start you guys off with the buffing basics, and I'll show you guys how I wash my pads, what I do when I switch compounds, and stuff like that. Alright guys, so to start out, you're just going to spray your polishing pad 1 or 2 times, and then use your hand, just kind of rub it in so it doesn't spray off right away. Then you'll take your compound. We'll be starting with the 10 cut. This is the middle cut for what we use here. We use 12, 10, and 4. Usually don't use 12 unless the scratches are really bad. So you take your 10 cut, squirt it in 5 different dots on your pad, like this. Then for door panels, I usually split it in 2 when buffing, so I'll do half this door panel with this amount of compound and then switch to the other half. For fenders, I usually just cover it all with 1 pad, and then for the hood, I usually split that into 3 to 4 sections when buffing. So you're going to apply your compound just randomly all over the panel. Alright, so then when that's applied, you'll start up your buffer, set it up to 40, and then when you're buffing, you don't want to go too fast in passing, so you're going to want to actually go pretty slow. That's going to give it a way better cut. And then I usually, when I'm doing this, I'll split this in the top and bottom section as well and focus on one at a time. And then I'll kind of just go over it all one more time before I wipe it off. So nice and slow. I'll speed it up after you guys see what I'm doing, and then I'll continue the video after that. done that, you're going to take a clean microfiber cloth and then just wipe all it off. Alright guys, so that doesn't have to be perfect since you're going to be applying another compound anyways, but that just allows the other compound to cut. Otherwise you'd just be covering it with more compound and you wouldn't be doing much. A couple of things you may have noticed, I have a green tape line along the entire bottom edge. This is along the entire car. This I do so I don't get compound in this plastic down here. Otherwise it looks really bad if you leave it on there, and it's also a pain to get out. I'll make another video on that eventually of how to get compound and wax out of plastic trim. But just to avoid that pain, just do a tape line or two. Another thing, when you're working by door handles, these are plastic, this is metal. This gets hotter faster, so you gotta be more careful. Don't spend as much time by the door handle. And also, when you're new to buffing, I suggest occasionally feeling the temperature of the paint. These are capable of actually melting your paint, and then you'll need to get your car repainted where you melted it. So just be careful. If it's warm, hot to the touch, just move on. I think I melted the paint one time, and that was when I was just starting out 3-4 years ago. Once you get the hang of it, you just know about how hot the temperature, or how hot the paint is as you're going without feeling it. So just do the slow passes, up, down, left to right, as you saw me do. So I'll move on, get this side of the door panel done, and then I'll show you guys what to do next. Guys, so once that is done, you can tell the paint looks a lot better already, a lot less scratches. You probably can't tell in the video, but the paint actually looks slightly discolored just from the compound that's still left on there. This panel is done over here. It's a little brighter color. So what we're going to do next is move on to our 4-cut compound. So what you'll do next is wash your pad. Normally I do one more panel of the car before washing, but just for video's sake, I'm gonna just wash it right away. Alright, so you got your pad. Take some sort of cleaner or just water. If you're washing it right away, you'll just need water usually, but this kind of just helps to keep the pad in a little bit more shape. It's the Chemical Guys polishing pad cleaner. So you're just going to soak your pad first and then spray some of this on and then just work it in with your hands. And then once you can see you're just squeezing out clean water, you're good to go. So to dry it, I usually run it through our chamois dryer, so I'll just fire this up and run it through. And that'll usually dry it pretty good. And then I just kind of finish it off with just putting a towel around this just to get any excess water off. Alright guys, a couple other ways to dry your pads if you don't have access to one of those things that squeezes them out, is just squeeze it dry as much as you can by hand, put it on your buffer, and then just run the buffer all the way at high speed, just away from the car so it doesn't splatter it, but that'll get all the excess water out. That's what I used to do. Otherwise, if you have a couple pads, just let them sit in the sun and rotate after every half hour, an hour. They should be pretty dry. So now moving on to the forecut. Same thing. Get your pad a little wet. And this just helps prevent from dry buffing, and when that happens, your compound's going to dry out and like turn into dust, and that just makes a mess everywhere, and you're not cutting as efficient as possible. So you got your pad wet, apply your compound. And now this will be the same technique, so I'll just put this all in high speed. You can usually spend a little bit less time with this if your cut was good with the 10 cut. Otherwise, just spend the same amount of time and you'll get a slightly better result. Alright, so now that we have this done, I might be able to show you a little better that we actually brought back the color of the paint a little better. See about the middle of the screen, the left side is a deeper, more refined black, and the right's more faded color. That's just because some of the compound was left on. See it better right there. So just that forecut really brings back the color and gets any of those little scratches out that were left. So thanks for watching the video. It's really nice. I got my new editing software at work on my work computer, so I'll be able to be doing the videos on my more consistent schedule like I was hoping to do. Thank you for watching this video, guys. It's really exciting. I hit 300 subscribers today. Also about 70,000 views now on my biggest video, which is huge for me. I never thought my channel would blow up like this. I mean, it's still small, but for what I was planning on doing with this channel has really changed already. So hoping to make it bigger, and I appreciate all the support you guys have given me with views, subscriptions, and likes and stuff like that. So continue to leave feedback down in the comment section. As you guys know, I'm always on top of replying to your guys' comments. Now I'm really serious about taking your guys' suggestions as well, since I'm got my video editing software, got my camera set up, all that. So I'm going to be trying to get this on an actual consistent schedule like I've been talking about, which will be really nice. So thanks again for watching the video, guys. I hope you have a nice day, and I'll see you next time.